Okay, just a little housekeeping on the calendar real quickly, and then we'll go into a little bit of our what we're grateful for. Today, from 1 to 4, is the second part of Lead Generation Like a Millionaire by a guy named Jake Yeneseverla. He's from Florida, I believe. Super good presenter. I really enjoyed his presentation last week. So that's from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock tomorrow, or I'm sorry, today.
Today.
Yeah. Today. And don't forget tonight at 5:30. 5:30. What's the name of the restaurant? Luna something? What?
It's Kona Grill, but I think she moved to 5 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so 5 o'clock, I think, to 7 or 7:30. Tonight we're going to be celebrating. What? What? So starting at 5 tonight at Kona Grill at the Avalon, we're going to be celebrating Markia's transition to being a full-time real estate agent. And that is sponsored by Kern and her team over at O'Kelly and Sorhan. So let's make sure that we give Kern a big thank you and come out if you can and share your congratulatory wishes with Markia and the rest of the group. And then don't forget, Thursday from 12:30 to 4:30 is a gentleman named John Prescott, who he was the instructor for Train the Presenter that I went to a couple weeks ago. He's going to be coming in and teaching, this is in Roswell, teaching 10 plus transactions in 90 days using branding. And that is free. So that's 12:30 to 4:30 on Thursday. And then I'm teaching in the Market Center on GPSs and 411s and Life by Designs and all that on Friday. That's from 1:30 to 3. So I think that only affects Lorinda, who I have messaged privately to reschedule our call. So what's up, Candace?
Hi, everybody. How are you this morning?
Great. All right. All I've done is cover the calendar, so we can start off with the morning gratitudes, if you'd like.
Glad. Leslie, you're first on my screen. Tell me something good in your life, real estate or other.
I am reading. I told Bill about this. I am reading this book called The Game of Life. And it's helping me spiritually to understand all the different principles that we need to be abiding by, that I need to be abiding by in my life. And it's giving me a whole new perspective on sometimes I can be a pessimist instead of an optimist. So I'm working on that. So the book is called The Game of Life. And I think the lady's last name is Schwinn, but it's an excellent book and I'm getting a lot out of it. And another win is that I met some people this weekend and I'm supposed to connect with them today to find out if they're interested in buying. And I have another person that's going to be a buyer, but he's not going to be able to buy till about June. So those are wins for me.
I would think business in June is a good thing.
Yeah, I think the mortgage invoice is coming in June too, right?
Oh yeah. So
you're going to need a commission check that month too, I bet.
Thank you for sharing that. I put it in chat if anybody's interested in that book. Loretta, tell us something good.
Loretta with the O, me?
No, you.
Okay. One thing that's good, I know I met 2 challenges. Bill put in a challenge for us to do the 20 FISBO calls. So I made it through my 20 calls. I had 1 no. She said, please do not call me anymore about selling my house. I had 1 potential property. The lady said, call her back in March because it was being probated and they figured it'll be finished by March. So she said, circle back with her in March. And then I had 1 young lady who was interested, but when I did the research, I found out that the property is actually listed with an agent just for the administrative part. So I told her that she has it listed. So it wasn't anything I could really do for her. If she wanted to discuss further, I'll go through her agent. So I asked her to send me the agent's number, even though I knew who the agent was. So, and then last night I put my video up and it was the hardest thing to post my video to Facebook, but I did get it done.
And then got 2 feedbacks from the texting videos that I sent out. One of my girlfriends was like, she was being funny, but she's like, you.
Wait, you went on mute. Say that last part one more time.
I sent my video texts out, and one of my girlfriends was being funny. She said, "Oh, you look huge on the video."
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But that was it. That's it. Going back on mute.
I'm going to ask everybody to go into Roswell Rocks because Lorinda did the video from the challenge yesterday. So please go on Roswell Rocks and give her some support. It takes a lot of courage to do that for the first time. So
And Tracy did one too. I saw Tracy's.
Yeah, I'll scroll down too. Okay.
So bad. So bad.
No. It's great. Even if it's total bloopers, it's great. You're gaining confidence by the millisecond.
Oh, look you here. You've got all kinds of stars and all kinds of things going on.
I saw Tracy's and I was like, I can do this.
From it. But how many times did I record that? Is the question.
It doesn't matter. After a while, you're going to be like, oh, I just got to get this done. I don't care. And then because you've done it so many times, and then you're like, oh, well, I misspoke that word. Well, whatever. So great job, you guys. I am so excited you did that. Fantastic. All right. So Ryan, tell us something good.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Oh, shoot, I should have turned there. Okay. Sorry, I'm on my way into the office for the Ignite thing. And trying this way to go at this hour. But my good thing is I got my
No, you're breaking up.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to Markia.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I am grateful for you all putting this celebration on for me. It definitely makes me feel celebrated and excited for the rest of the year. So I'm definitely grateful for you all today.
Melissa's up dressed and ready to go to work in her real full-time job, which is real estate.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. All right, Kathy McLean.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
So two good things. My seller, we fell out of contract, we fell out of contract, but there's a buyer that is interested in that. So that may go through. My buyer got approved last night for $850. And she's ready to move from VA. She's moving down here from Virginia. Let's see. And then I started reading that book, Think and Grow Rich.
Love that book.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a day.
All yesterday before 6.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Good day. Molly, tell us something good.
Hey everybody, good morning. I guess my something good is I'm just feeling like I'm in the right place at the right time in my life, and I don't know that I've ever really been able to say that, but that's kind of how I'm feeling. So I'm just super excited, and I'm really grateful for all the wisdom and the coaching you guys provide for us.
Man, you guys are filling up our buckets today.
Oh, yeah. Ebony, tell us something good.
Well, my teacher extravaganza went really, really good yesterday. They were so thankful for all the stuff that I gave. It took a long time to separate all of that and do it, but it made me feel really good. I'm waiting on another buyer. I sent a contract over to a brokerage agreement to her. I'm waiting on her to go ahead and sign that. She's already started her application with the lender, and I'm just looking forward to today. I'm looking forward to seeing Markia. Markia, you look amazing. Yes, love it. And today is a great day.
Fantastic. Bill, what's your good thing?
I'm just excited to hear all this great news, and you guys getting into production and thinking the way you need to think to get what you want out of life. And I'm super excited to celebrate with you guys tonight.
Yeah, same here. Same here. And I'm super excited that a skirt that I haven't been able to wear for several months I fit into today. So my not dieting, but just being intentional about what I eat is paying off. So I'm excited about that. So, all right.
Can I just say one thing real fast? It's a little off topic, but just before you get started. Okay, I'm still kind of gathering the information on this, so I don't know how egregious it is, essentially. I just want to remind everyone that your job is to serve those in the community that are asking for help, without sharing. Hopefully this goes without saying, but we did just have an issue, without commenting on your acceptance of their lifestyle. Let's just put it that way, right? So if there are people that are doing things or saying things or dressing a certain way or any of that, whether they're married or not married or have kids or don't have kids or a certain color or whatever, if yeah, I haven't talked to you about this yet, Candace, I just found out. That is not for your commentary, particularly to them or online. Okay. Is that understood? Right.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm not going to go into that detail, but
we need to be the eye of the storm. And as the eye of the storm, we are non-judgmental and accepting of everything. And we maintain a professional appearance that means that the words that come out of our mouth are lifting people up. Let's just put it that way. If you go through life just with words coming out of your mouth that lift people up, you'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay.
So, okay, sorry for that. I just wanted to remind everyone that, yeah, please just don't do that.
Yeah. Okay, and that was nobody in here that did that. Melissa, right quick, tell us something.
That is just for the record. That was no one in this room.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, were you talking to me real quick?
Including Melissa, who came in and read as I started. Wasn't Melissa.
I was like, oh wow.
Tell us something good in your life.
Something good in my life.
Real estate or other.
I got a lot of good things in my life. You know what? It's actually been a really good thing. I have reconnected recently with some, I'll say, acquaintances. They weren't such close friends when I was back in New York, but for some reason we've started chatting in the last month or two, and we've become a lot closer. And that's been really great for me.
That's fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, I've just been connecting with some people that over the time we've kind of fell apart, but there was really no reason for it. So that's been kind of soul fulfilling for me, because I don't do that well in the winter.
To hibernate myself. All right. So
yeah, seasonal depression is real for me.
So we're going to get into the 5-day challenge, day 2. So today is all about your client avatar and understanding who your client avatar is. I think I keep mentioning the pumpkin plan, and what he's talking about is identify your clients. And one of the things we do when we're new is we tend to just say, if somebody says, I want to buy in the North Georgia mountains and you live in Fayetteville, you go, oh, okay, I'll help you. And then you have somebody who wants to buy commercial and you go, oh, okay, I know nothing, but I'll help you. And then you want somebody who wants to buy land. So anyway, we tend to just go with, because we want business. So we tend to, and there's, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it's a fact. We tend to just accept anybody in any situation, regardless of whether or not it's where we want to be or the client we want to work with. But one of the things we can do is get really clear as we're growing and learning to get clear about our client avatar. So at a certain point, you know who your ideal client is and how to reach them. And then you can stay focused on that particular type of client and become really masterful at helping them. So let's talk about it. I did not too long ago, I guess several months ago, I did a morning huddle where we really got deep into the client avatar, and we created our client avatar with a name and their habits and everything. So that's an exercise that you could do. But for now, let's just think about our buyers and sellers, who we want to attract. So who's your client avatar? Who are they? What do they do for work? What do they do for hobbies? What are their habits? What are their goals? What are their values? If your niche is divorced people, well, you know who they are. You know what they do for work. More than likely, it depends. I mean, it depends. And you could be shooting for executives, and they're C-level or they're letter grade executives, or maybe they are investors, and so you know the type of work they do. But it's important to ask these questions and jot it down on a piece of paper to see, what does your avatar look like. For instance, the coach that I have outside of Keller Williams had me interview different people because I wanted to work with people who were growing a family and maybe had a job change, so that their first time home could be sold and they could move up to another home. So it was a two transaction kind of client, which is where I wanted to be. Another client that's like that is active adults, and I love them as well because they typically will have a home to sell and then they want to buy their forever home. So getting deep into those, but what the coach had me do was interview those people, whether they were my past clients or not. They could be new clients, and ask them questions like this. What do you do for work? What do you do for hobbies? What would make a real estate transaction be above and beyond for you? What are your pain points around moving? What I found with the people that were moving up is that their kids were their pain point. Their kids had to be uprooted from their schools. Their kids had to make new friends. So part of the content that I can put together as a realtor is to make a process for the kids that makes them feel more involved and makes it easier for them. So getting to know your client avatar gives you insights that you might not have when you're just working with a variety of different clients. Have they experienced a new life event? What does their household look like? Do they have 30-year-old kids living with them? Do they have parents living with them? What brands do they prefer? And you can ask these questions, and these are great posts for social media as well. What type of purchases do they make? What type of social media and accounts do they follow? What are their challenges and pain points? What are their specific and noteworthy interests? Where do they live? Are they moving from different cities? Are they moving from different counties? Are they moving within a school district? What problems do they have that they might not know that you can solve? Maybe they have a wedding, a new baby, a divorce, a new job, new to the city, expired, FSBO, needing to downsize. Maybe they need garage sale tips because they have a lot of things. Maybe they're moving to Atlanta and they don't know where to live. Well, you can send them all kinds of websites to research, like Awesome Alpharetta. Roswell has a tourist and convention and tourist site. There's all kinds of different things you can send them. What's happening? Just do an internet search and you'll come up with all kinds of things to help them. Let's see. Maybe listing agents with too many offers. How can you help them? Buyers agents with too much competition. Maybe you can help them. Sellers, what legally has to be disclosed and how can you help? Sellers afraid to sell because there aren't enough houses on the market and they don't know where they're going to move to. You can help with that. Look through your emails to see what people are talking about, or look through your social media to see what people are talking about, and search for problems in selling or buying a home in Georgia. Also, you can set up a video with I'm going to just pull this over. Very inexpensive. Can everybody see this? It's a tripod with a light ring on it, and it plugs into my computer, and I can put my phone right here. But if I'm doing a video, and anybody's welcome to come in my office and borrow this as long as you put it back. And don't worry, it's not a terribly expensive thing. So if it breaks, it's not going to break my heart. But anyway, when you're doing your videos, you can set up a little bit more professionally with this, at least have the right lighting for yourself. I'm going fast through this because I know some of you are in Ignite. So if you have any questions or comments right now, please just ask. And what I would say is, if you want to get more insight into your client avatar, so for instance, you can say, this is something you can send out as an email to your database, or you can post it on social media. But this was a Jean Rivers suggestion. Hello, Molly. I am intent on improving my offerings this year in 2022, and I'd love to ask some questions that would help me understand how best I can help. Would you be available for coffee or a chat, or we can do it by phone? And when they do it by phone, you send them a gift card for coffee, right? But then you can ask them these questions. If you're on social media, you can say, what are your favorite hobbies? And then go, if they're friends, you can go on their page and see who they are, what they're about, what their family looks like, that kind of thing. So you could sort them that way. Does that make sense to everybody? Crickets.
Yes.
Thank you. And
Yes,
do you,
ma'am.
and do you think that it would
Yes.
help you to identify, to really have a focused business, if you could identify your client avatar and really get to know them, how that would be a differentiator? Okay, well, I'm going to go into day 2 homework. Are there any comments or any questions so far?
Candace, I just have like a quick comment. I guess like I don't necessarily have like like almost like one sort of type of person. Like, would it almost be okay to do like a reverse client avatar where because I definitely know who I don't want to work with, but like I'm pretty open to who I like to work with.
I love that idea of reverse
Okay.
reverse avatar, and so you know who you don't want to work with. I love that. And then what I would probably do is find somebody who wants to work with those people that you don't want to work with, and create a referral base.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds great.
But I think if you, so your niche can be like people that live in Roswell, right? It doesn't have to be just those niches that I talked about. It can be a geographic area as well, because you know that area so well. It doesn't have to be that particular client, but I'd still find out, where do they like to go? If they live in Roswell, where do they like to go? What's their favorite school? Where do they like to shop? That kind of thing. That way, when you get to it, it also helps you not only in your offerings to them, but also when you're with them, to have common points to talk about, because you know a little bit about them. Okay, so day 2 homework: go live in Roswell Rocks Facebook, post a video. You can say what you've learned, or you can say, you can ask a question. I'm trying to find my client avatar. What niches do you work in? Ask a question in the Facebook Roswell Rocks, right? Get some engagement going. List 5 problems your clients have and 3 to 4 ways to solve them. So for instance, if I have somebody moving to Atlanta, they might not know where to shop. They might not know the distance between where they work and the traffic that we can have here. Those are things you can help them with. So try and think of 5 problems your clients have and 3 to 4 ways to solve them. It can be that they're a buyer and it's a competitive market, and how you can help them solve that. Send out 10 video text messages and add the responses to your calendar. Set up a time on your calendar command and set them up on a smart plan when they respond. So I think what was I going to say? Lorinda, you said you had a couple of people respond to your text messages. So I would definitely make a point of putting the time to talk with them on your calendar, put them in command, and set up on smart plan. Okay, the challenge is on. I'm going to post this day 2 homework in the PC help. Anybody have anything to say before we start our one things? Okay, all right. I see the determination there.
Wait, I forgot to mention the Ignite 2.0. Does anyone, I'm driving right this second. Does anyone have the title of today's class? It's from 9 to 11. That's why we're trying to end, a little early today. So 9 to 11.
It's called Fuel Your Career.
Fuel your career. Okay. Before you're wondering about this, Ignite 2.0 is for each of you. Okay, everyone, I believe, if you come in with an open mind, and as Aubrey used to always say, you look for at least one thing or one thing that you're going to take and put into action. Huge for each and every one of you. So we're hopeful that you guys will make a commitment to enroll and to really engage too.
Fantastic. Agreed. All right. Let's see who's first up. Ryan is here in my office. I'm so excited, a live person. Ryan, what's your one thing for today?
Well, I gotta go to this Ignite class.
See, right there. Bill just talked about it. So
Yes, no, I
fantastic.
was still listening as I walked in, but then I gotta, I have a lot more people to follow up to with still from open house. So that's what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Okay, Tracy Trent, what's your one thing?
My one thing is my people from that open house, I kind of put them on a buyer's open house smart plan. So if I'm not mistaken, today is the day that I need to call them. So that's what I'm going to do. I have 6 people on that list that I'm going to call today.
All right, Leslie, what's your one thing?
I'm in the class from 1 to 4 today.
Fantastic.
I need to know, is that class gonna be at Roswell?
Let me look up that calendar right here. That's a Zoom class.
Okay, great.
The one from 1 to 4.
Lead Young Like a Millionaire with Jake Young. Rally.
Yes.
Yes, those are not in person. Those are via Zoom, and you do have to register for it free, but you do have to register for it, and they'll send you the link. And all the registration details are in the daily newsletter that Mel sends out.
Right. Okay. I got it. Thanks.
Molly, what's your one thing?
My one thing?
Go Bill, that's fantastic.
My one thing is, let's see. I have like back-to-back pretty much all day today, but my one thing, I do have a new prospect coming into the team meeting today. So I'm gonna get a chance to shake her hand and hopefully she'll have a good time today. And I've got a couple little projects I got to work on as well.
Yay, and Molly, how about you? What's your one thing?
Today, my one thing is to finish my visual pipeline.
Okay, and Ebony, how about you?
Go over some expired scripts, call some expireds, and then follow up with some people who I'm courting in my neighborhood.
Okay, and Markia, how about you?
My one thing I wrote down for the go live on the Roswell Facebook and do 10 videos.
Fantastic, thank you. All right, I hope everybody will accept the challenge, give it a try. If you don't do it this time around, I want you to do it this time around because I know it'll move you forward and get you some business. But if you don't do it this time around, just look at the homework, collect it, and then do it at another time if you're focused totally on something else. But for those of you who have started the challenge, just reach out if you have any questions. And I hope everybody has an awesome day. All right, well, I'm gonna end the meeting. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for all your good things and your one things and all your participation. We really appreciate it.